Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet up? Don't tune into 104.5. Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet up if you have a minute? Turn your radio dial to the Texas ticket. Giving you the news and what's really in it. Come on.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando.
Haley.
Haley, so glad you're here.
Thank
Look
you.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You celebrating something?
Not this time around. No.
Well, how did Halloween go?
Halloween was great. It was exciting. I handed out candy to all the kids. Got to see a bunch of trick-or-treaters.
Did you get a lot of trick-or-treaters?
Maybe 50.
Dang.
Was that a lot? Did you get trick-or-treaters?
One.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's in comparison. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started handing out like 4 or 5 pieces of candy to each kid, and then I was like, oh, I got to tone this down. So then it was like
Yeah.
2 or 3, and then it was like 1 piece each.
And if you don't know, Haley Dawn comes to us from Dymonds Co. And tell us a little bit about that real quick. We'll give you your...
I make dog pajamas. So this is my busiest season preparing for Christmas. People are trying to get their dog pajamas ordered and shipped in so that way they can
What a
buy
cool gift.
matching
What a
pairs,
cool
so.
pet. It seems like it's cooler of a gift than a buy.
Yeah.
You know, I want to give it to you rather than buy it and say, oh, I need this. You know, if somebody bought my Chihuahua something versus... So you dress your Chihuahua, do you? No, people just keep buying it. You know what I mean? That makes the different story. You know, it's a different guy that does that, I think.
I don't know. I find like I have a deeper connection with my dogs because they allow me to dress them. You know, like I have to do everything for it. It's like dressing a kid. You know, you have to have some sort of level of...
Do you have anything with the pajamas with the shoes in them? You know, the pads and the little feetsies.
No onesies. Yeah,
no onesies
not yet.
for the dogs.
No.
I think that would be interesting because they have a little issue with shoes.
Yes, they do. But also the toenails.
I think we've gone too far here. Well, let's get this show started. I got Robert Banney here. Robert Banney, Conroebass.com, master fisherman, legend of the game. And you know, I say that. I laugh at everything, but I ain't laughing at that. I'll tell you right now that you've got a hand for it. You definitely got a way. I don't want to call it the fish whisperer or nothing, but you can see most of his work and what he does at Conroebass.com, as well as you got several tournaments going around every year. Conroebass does tournaments out of a few different places. Tell us a little bit about where Conroebass is running its tournaments and who's fishing.
Well, we do our weekend series. We've been doing them out at Margaritaville.
That's right.
And then Moonshiners Bar and Grill is the big home now for the Tuesday night series and the Thursday night series.
That's a lot of fun. Cool
Yeah,
place. They've been on the show.
It's a cool place to hang out too. Yeah, it's a real good venue for a fishing tournament for sure.
Yeah,
lots of docks. Yeah, lots of parking.
Does everybody come out and see the big ones when they come in?
Oh yeah, they get
You're still running a big bass in the as part of the tournament. Where,
oh yeah.
And for those that don't know, a big bass is you're 3-fish stringer, right?
Yeah, you have 3 fish, and then your biggest fish that you catch. That's you have a chance to set one for a separate pot on Tuesdays in the weekend series. But on Thursday, it's
the
just
separate pot is for a big bass.
Yeah, but that's on the Tuesdays and the Saturday series. But then Thursday series is just 1 fish. So it's literally a big bass tournament every Thursday of the top from March all the way through October. We start first Tuesday and first Thursday in March. We start with the team tournaments and the individual on Thursday.
Make sure you're talking that thing so they can hear you good. It's got a way of fading out when you lean back.
But it's good. It's a lot of money to be won.
So and you qualify for the end of year tournaments here,
Yeah,
and
the
these
championships.
these will get you in play, won't they?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about how that system works.
Well, we have a championship for the Tuesday series and a championship for the Thursday series and for the weekend series that we do. We do 4 weekend series tournaments a year. We'll do a spring series, So we do 4 weeks of fishing and then a championship for those weekend series. And then the weekday series, we run all year, and then we'll have a championship. And it gets, it gets up there. You got to be in the top 35 to qualify for the championship, but the championship, you're talking about some pretty big money with the Calcuttas and everything adding up.
Yeah, you take so we'll just take our annual weight. Is that how that works?
No, well, you by your annual weight is how you make it to qualify. But,
Okay,
but
and
then you start over. Yeah, you
you're
start over.
fresh
It's
there.
just fishing a regular tournament, but it's
Sure.
a lot more money on the line.
Yeah,
Makes it more exciting.
Do you have to
yeah.
have any special qualifications to participate in the tournaments, or
You need to have a boat for one.
you have to have a boat?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to have a boat,
Can't pier
and you
fish.
have to have a live well that you can keep fish alive in. Reasonable live well
Yeah.
system. You can't just put them on a stringer and bring them in, because we're all about catch and release, get them back out there, and then guys like Armando can catch them. Yeah.
Man, ouch! Wow, I honestly, you've taken me out and schooled me a bit, and so some of the other fellas that play in your tournament, that I was like, there ain't no way you just caught 26 pounds of bass in 3 hours, and they're like, well, I'll take you and your buddy there to school if you'd like. This is what we charge per hour, and until we catch the biggest bass of your life.
Yeah.
And I told them, well, they asked me, what's the biggest bass you ever caught? I said, well, at the time, I was like, well, right under 6 pounds, 5'8", something like that. And he's like, all right. And he asked my friend, he said, a little bit more than that. And we were out fishing for 15 minutes, and they dropped us back off and took our money. Yeah, it's like, but I caught it. He just showed me what to do and how to do it and where to throw it. And you've taught me a host of different ways to put a plastic worm on a hook, and how to set them, and how to rig them, what to look for, how to drop from dropping in the cattails, dropping on the shore, or running the shore of the coast. Yeah. So it's just a lot of ways that in little bits, like slight temperature degree changes from a colored dock to a non-colored dock, from a ladder to a non-ladder, to a purple to a green, watermelon. It goes on and on.
We did have a funny experience with you and I were fishing that day, I remember, because we were only catching fish on the red colored docks. The docks that were
and you
dyed
called
red.
it. You called it. You
was-
said, well, it's going to be one color or the other, and then all of a sudden it's all red. Everything went red. I mean, it was like after that. Yeah. And it's kind of a burnt brown, so it's not actual red.
It's more of a rust, but still, it's funny that, it just happens that way sometimes,
We dropped them and just where you tell us, and it was just whack, just every time, so we got a little clip. Let's look at this clip. You see the song and the dance here. Here's Robert Banney.
Oh, we got this is my friend DJ, and this is just, that's his biggest fish of his life.
Yeah, lots of that.
And he just caught it, and it was a neat experience for him. Especially.
Wow, I just jumped in.
Yep. Yeah.
There it is. That's beautiful. Well, that's a big
that's-
bass right
that's
there. Good night. That's a big boy right there.
Yeah.
And that's on Lake Conroe?
Yeah, that's north end, way north. That was a good day for him. And then the next one, if you have it.
Well, that's a good looking fish. So I can't tell you. Here's another one. Looks like we got one more here to show.
You'll never know where I am. You'll never guess, Armando. I think you used to live there.
This
I think
is
you
Safe
used to live
Shore.
right there.
Bradley's Fishing Guides are right there, right in front of Safe Shore Harbor. We're right up in front, right at the marina, the Walden Marina here, and bam, right there under the dock. And a good partner knows to.
Dropped his
He knows to put that down. Fish on.
No, Cason's a heck of a net man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there you go. Look at the size of that beauty.
Cason Little, he's become a real good fisherman now.
And they beat this little area up. You just caught this bass in here.
They beat it up for sure. But
they're-
those fish come and go.
Yeah, they're running circles through here all day, every single day. I did live right there on Knoll Crest, and they're just running all day, every single day, right here, looking for bass running that coastline, and they're coming out. And when you can still pull them out like that, I think there's a lot of technique
There is. There's a lot of knowledge and a lot of, little tricks and little things that, certain people don't know. And some of them you just don't talk about that much.
No.
The last one he has on there is...
Yeah, and we don't talk about them very much, but, this is a talk show, and
it's the
I always
small
love...
things that matter, just like... So you're fishing in the grass, but a little secret that keeps the grass off your bait better than any other method, And it could be something as small as put a little bit of Vaseline in the end of your weight and on your line, on the end of your line, and it kind of lets the grass slip off of it, and so it gives you longer and a better presentation of the bait instead of throwing it in there looking like a piece of salad, because fish don't typically eat salad.
That's
That
interesting
I know of.
because I was literally just having that problem yesterday.
Yeah.
Like I would throw my line in and then I would get grass.
And I love the way you do different set for... I'm sorry, I'm backing up too far there.
Yeah.
Different sets for different with different movements, like a dance, like a puppeteer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a puppeteer is a good way to call it, because there's... there's
You literally are, because
you're running, and then because you got bait that's going to run with you, and then you got your jigs that are going to go top water, bottom water, and you do that based on season and what they're hitting, right? I mean, if they're hitting jigs, they're hitting jigs. If they're hitting soft plastics, they're hitting soft plastics. And
well, I mean, no matter how you look at it, you got a puppet on the end of the string, and you're
is
making
a
him
puppet.
dance.
Yeah, you
sometimes
are,
they want that puppet to dance quick.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't want that puppet to hardly move at all, and you got to determine which way to go with it.
So they when they're when are they spawning? When does the spawn start? When do I need to?
It usually starts in about middle to late February.
And we're avoiding these fish, right? We're trying not to interfere with the spawn. Are you getting into the spawn?
No. Everybody tries to catch them, because they go right back. As long as we're throwing them back loose again,
They go right back.
They'll
Yeah,
go right back. Yeah, literally.
They move my bait out of the way. They're not trying to eat it. They're trying to get it out of their little area.
Yeah, they're trying to keep their bed clean and all that,
Yeah, it's just the mom. She's coming, moving this stuff out of the way. She's moving it constantly. You're like, I got one. Oh wait, no, he didn't do anything. He just moved
Spit
it
it
over
out.
there. What? Oh wait, no, there it goes again. And it's the same fish. He's just coming out. He's just moving that stuff out the way. So I wanted to get your take on a few other
That's the good one.
on a few other fishing tournaments coming up, right?
Yeah.
So there are a few that I just want to get your input on. One, let's talk about your Christmas event. You've got a Christmas one coming up the 7th?
Merry Fishmas, December
Merry
December 7th. Merry Fishmas is it's a weekend tournament. It's just on
Weekend, 2
Saturday.
days?
It's Saturday. That was one day on Saturday.
Okay, that's
It's
December
good.
7th. And
It's a team tournament. So you and your
Two-man
partner,
team.
yeah, 2-man team, you and your partner can go whack on them then.
two fish stringer, 3 fish
Three.
stringer.
It's gonna be 3.
3 fish stringer,
Yeah.
big bass.
Yeah, plus big bass, yeah.
Okay, and a lot. I guess a lot of the guys in the current circuit with Conroebass.com will fish these kind of tournaments.
Oh,
and
yeah.
keep fishing with
Yeah,
you.
we had quite a few last year at this event.
Yeah.
Just because, a lot of guys hadn't been able to fish much lately. And they got deer season and all that. And then, you kind of get around that time and they're, hey, I want to go fishing again, So we end up getting quite a few teams at this tournament.
Right, and we've got there's another one coming up. Where's another one? The Cutter Classic, and I know he's a realtor. He's something similar. Fishing tournament, Fall Fest over at Pearl Bay, and you mentioned this might just be a neighborhood exclusive kind of thing.
I don't know for sure. I mean, it's just
you saw something online, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw something online. You can just you can go to the pier. You register online. But yeah, you can go to the pier, $50 a person, or you can register a team on a boat for $75.
And that's Ryan Cutter, realtor Ryan Cutter. You can get with him on that day, and it's the Cutter Classic Fishing Tournament. We also have another one that also coincidentally is December 7th, and that's the HTXSA and Tackle Shack Swim Bait Tournament. Swim bait only fishing tournament on Lake Conroe. What's swim bait?
that means they have to throw a swim bait.
What's a swim bait?
It's a bait that looks kind of like a fish, and you basically just throw it out and reel it in for the most part.
Okay, so it's
I mean, it's got like a flappy. Usually they'll have like a flappy tail on them.
Okay.
But
And so
yeah, it's
got
only
the little flex.
they're plastic. They're plastic baits, and they just kind of swim along through the water.
Yeah. Okay. So a swim bait tournament going on December 7th as well. And, I think we've got 3 anglers per boat, 3 fish total per boat, 1 fish qualified for big bass. Life vest, kill switch. A lot of the same stuff, but no bladed jigs, swim jigs, K-Tech, rage tails, etc.
You can't use anything but a swim bait.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm reading, right?
It must be at least 5 inches in length.
But the
That's
swim
right.
bait's got to be fine.
Yeah, you got to use the big bait. Yeah.
Dang. Okay, so they're really gonna complicate things and
Yeah.
make it a challenge. That is pretty challenging.
They're going after that one big giant that'll eat it. Yeah.
That is what that's about, and that's what I'm reading. And I wanted to air it out while you were sitting here. 20% of all the proceeds for that event go to Make-A-Wish Foundation, sponsored by Tackle Shack, TX, Shimano, and Graisley Bait. That'll be over at April Plaza. Where is the Merry Fishmas going to be at? Where do they come in?
Moonshiners.
Moonshiners. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And normal start times? What time y'all getting teeing up over there at Mary?
First light. As soon as we can see across the lake, safe enough,
Yeah, and Conroebass has been out there a while, and you're a realtor also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and your wife Betsy Banney, she's over at Medley Ranch taking care of our kids. Something crazy happened over there the other day. Well, what's going on over there last weekend? I heard they had the school on lockdown or something crazy going on this morning or yesterday.
Oh, I don't know what's the deal on that.
Yeah, you might want to call Betsy when you get a chance.
I think it had to do with a kid had a type of weapon, I guess, and basically, but I don't know.
Yeah, they're so little over there.
They don't want to release much information. You know,
when you're under 8,
so,
it's probably not.
Yeah.
Because that's first. It's K through 3rd, I think.
6th, I think.
No, that's
Is
junior
it?
high.
Maybe you're right.
That's
I
junior
don't
high.
know.
Yeah, K through 3rd, 4th.
They're young kids, anyways.
They're
Too
super
young to
young.
be getting in that kind of trouble.
You
know?
think that they're too young to know what they're doing, but man, they're getting along these days, aren't they? They are.
Yeah.
She just turned 16 and she knows all about what's going on down there. Tell them. Tell them.
No. That was over 10 years ago.
But you've been running Conroebass for a long time, since 2000.
Yeah,
1999 or
2001, basically.
something.
Yeah.
Back
Over
in the
20
day.
years we've been doing it. So
Yeah. And I've seen you coming out of Papa's. I've seen you coming out of
Yeah.
Margaritaville and Moonshiners and a few other places. I think you pulled out of April Plaza for a while. And
yeah. Well, I mean,
it's always cool. Always North Shore, South Shore.
we like to have as many amenities available for the guys, for our fishermen as possible.
Yeah.
So it helps to have, like when we're at Moonshiners, well, you got boat gas right there next door, and so if you need boat gas, you got that. And then if you want food, they got food. And if you want to,
It's nice.
after the tournament, if you want to have a beer, then you could have a beer there. See, so
Who doesn't want a beer afterwards?
yeah.
Even the losers want beers.
So you can't
Hell,
drink beer
I got
during the tournament.
no, you cannot drink during the tournament. No, that's a no.
yeah, there's some,
Makes sense.
and you really don't want to. Some of them guys taking it real serious. It's only 3 hours long, and man,
Well, it's serious money.
yeah,
it
it is serious.
Thousands
money.
of dollars.
And it's turning over really quick, and you've got a wager on the line. You're vested just like everybody else, and it's just time to get that mindset that hey, it's time to go for the win. I mean, you've seen these guys fish; they get really serious with it, and you can get all the results after every event at Conroebass.com. You can see what's going on, future tournaments there. You can see some of that other stuff.
We have tournaments scheduled calendar on there that shows all the other tournaments that we know of. You know, and other people will call us and say, "Hey, I'm going to do a tournament this day," and we'll put that on there too.
and we need to put that kid fish together.
Yeah, we need to do another one.
Yeah, I enjoy that's in line with some of the work we do here at the station and some of the other things that we try to do to help the city as much as possible and get those kids out doing something. I know the Noon Lions had them over at Carl Barton. There was a fishing tournament there, and then afterwards it was like Kids Day from Parks and Recreation that followed up like the same day, or it might have that reversed. It could have been Parks, but whatever. It was the last one I've seen, and that one last month. So I know that the the families in Conroe might have had an opportunity to get them out fishing somewhere, but I think the families out on the lake need one. So we'll get that going, and we'll bring that to share with everybody as soon as we get a place and a date set up. And I know that'll be here in short order, because you were mentioning this is a good time for it.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, because especially like around the holidays and stuff. It's like there seems like there's a lot to do, but there really isn't much fun to do.
Right, and you're off, right?
Yeah,
the kids are out of school for
but when you got the kids out of school, you want to be able to do something, and so.
And it's such a I guess a great way to get them involved and get them truly winning something. Not as I know everybody gets a little ribbon and stuff, but to get out there.
Well, when we do them, Armando, when me and Armando do a kid fish, every kid gets something. Let me tell you.
Yeah, nobody's leaving.
He's going to get a prize, and I don't care if it's a hardest trying or
There's always so much generosity in the community when it comes to the kids and to fishing tournaments like that, and whatever we can get them to get down to earth a little bit, put their phones down, and get in there and really want to focus. You know what I mean? And that brings that. We were talking about how Betsy does music and works with some of the other kids in different ways other than just being a teacher. And his wife Betsy, Banney over at Madley, and my daughters both went through her program, and it's cool. They put their phone down for that, and you can tell that because there's like a thing at the end. They all get to sing, and everybody's getting out there, getting their pictures, and whatnot. Yeah. It's a real proud moment. Mm-hmm. So when you get your kid out there to go and do these things, he's more confident to take that step to fish in a real tournament with me. Otherwise, like, Dad, I don't want to do that. I don't do that. They'll just like mummer their way and shuffle away from any. I've never done it before. So this is a great way to take that step, get to know fishing, be competitive, come away a winner, get some stuff just for being there, because it's unlike a track meet where you just, you showed up, and you get that participant award, I didn't really feel that. I went home and that was just the most unvalued ribbon in my collection. I was like, wow, this means I was terrible. The participant is bad. Participant's bad. I mean, and I'm 10 years old saying this to myself, and I remember throwing it down and just upset about it. But like when you're in choir and you I didn't have to be the lead vocalist. You know what I mean? I get a medal that says I was a member of the choir of society. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of it. I really was. We all sang the same. There was only like 2 kids that sang any different than anybody else. Otherwise we were all up there in the bleachers together. Yeah. And when you fish, you have that. It's like I did catch fish, or I didn't, and this happened. But most all the kids caught something. Last time
typically,
we did
yeah. Well, we try to go around and make sure that even if they,
nobody didn't.
Even some of the parents that don't know anything what they're doing, we'll teach them and show them, like, okay, we'll try this and do it that way, and if you put it over there, you're more inclined to catch one.
They did. I think everybody did. I don't remember anybody not catching a fish, and so there was like. Everybody got something, but we had kind of planned that anyway. So guilty of the same charge, but
we try to do them at a place where the kids are going to have some action. They're going to catch some fish,
Where that's kind of seeded a little bit.
Now that you bring that up, it reminds me. It's like one of my core memories. My dad, who thinks he's the world's greatest fisherman, he was part of a muskie club, and so every single year the club would put on something similar where the kids would come out, and I would get to be the kid who got to stand up in front of everybody and show the other kids like what to do and what button to push and how to cast and whatever. And so, but anyways, no, that's a core memory. And so I feel like it's great that you guys do that for the community.
Yeah. And a lot of people are like scared to maybe shoot an animal, right? But if you had to, if you had to, feed the family, you might need to shoot an animal. So it'd be good to know how. At the same time, I think this is a good way to acclimate a hunter fisherman, whether it's waterfowl, it's fish, it's mammal, whatever they're hunting, it's a good way to get to know the world around them and the earth and just what's out there and
get them outdoors,
get involved,
get them
in
outside.
some way. And I think it's a good stepping stone to real fishing tournaments, true confidence in self, right? And whatever they're doing, whether it's moving on with outdoor fishermen, sports and athletics, or just being involved. But we'll get to share that on Conroebass.com as well as Golakeconroe. We'll share that and we'll get the fishing tournament out there and see if we can get them hooked.
Yeah.
And get them hooked. And you catch the rest on Conroebass.com, and we will see you December 7th for the Merry Fishmas.
Merry Fishmas.
And you're still running the Tuesday tournaments?
Yep. Well, we're starting them back up in March 1st and
March 1st.
as well as the Thursdays. And then our weekend series schedule is going to be coming out in the next week or so. We'll have it out there for the weekend series.
Robert, thank you for coming today, man. I appreciate it. I look forward to catching all that stuff and getting the kidfish on the table. All right, boss. We'll be right back after this for more of the Texas Ticket Show here on Lone Star Community
Lone
Radio.
Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet up if you have a minute? Turn your radio dial to the Texas Ticket.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Golakeconroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket.
Tune into 104.5. Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Welcome back to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando and Haley.
Haley.
Won't you kick
Haley
your feet
Dunn.
up
Haley
if you
Dunn.
have-
Well, Haley, I want. This is the part of the show where we go over, I don't know, stuff that makes
Local
you
happenings.
and things that make you a little more Texan happenings.
Yeah.
Not just, I mean, there's some stuff happening, and just about everything that happens out here is Texan. It's not to say I won't bring up a disco party. I mean, it's throwbacks or something. Because it's funny to watch Texans disco dance.
They disco dance in their boots.
Real uncomfortable looking. It's odd, But I mean, I'm not saying there's not some good Texas kind of disco dancers out there. For all you Texas disco dancers, leave a comment down below. Tell us about what your favorite song is, something like that. We'd love to hear about it. But anyway, so we go over local events. I mean, and let's kick it off with the Toby Powell Christmas celebration, an annual celebration down here in Conroe, and there's a few other things that happen that time. But then there's the Toby Powell lighting of the tree. There's and Toby Powell. It was Toby Powell, Jody Chizosky, and now Duke Coon. Our mayors, illustrious mayors, the civil servants, just here looking after the city and doing different things. And Toby Powell was a lot of things that were near and dear to my heart, and one of them was Christmas, and the other was boxing. But he was a big boxing fan. Christmas celebration, and that's it's got it at Candy Cane Park. I'm not sure how all that works out. Check out the cityparksandrecreation.com. You can see more about that. They got it kicking off December 14th.
Yes. And tonight we have the live music featuring the Zach Jones Band. So make sure that you don't miss out that tonight from
Where's that
7
at?
p.m. to 10 p.m.
Zach Jones.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Live music. Fraser Street, Conroe, downtown.
Conroe.
At Southern Star Brewery.
Southern Star Brewery.
Yeah.
No, those guys, they got some great beer. I had a Bombshell Blonde yesterday. Okay, I had it before I got here.
Just one?
Yes.
Okay.
Responsibly
I know.
one, like over an hour.
Oh,
I drank
okay.
the one beer.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Are you going to be going to this live music? Because,
They will have Bombshell Blonde.
they will have that there.
Yes. Maybe.
Yes.
Most likely. I'm thinking about it. But did you hear Josh Ward won Country Music Artist? Wait, what was the actual title? Male Artist of the Year by the
Yes.
Texas Country Music Association. A cowboy can.
A cowboy can. Whiskey and Whitley.
Yes. Oh yeah, I love that song. Did Peyton Howie has a pink whiskey and pink Whitley.
Oh.
It's a little song she made. It's pretty good. It's really good. She's good. She's got some good music. And, the original, ain't nothing like it nowhere. I'm just saying. Congratulations, Josh Ward.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, and well-deserved. A lot of work goes into there. And you can check out Conroebass from Robert Banney and his whole schedule and all that stuff and the Merry Fishmas and all those things at Conroebass.com. It is that simple, and you can go register your boats there, see what tournaments you can still get involved in, see, I think, 20, 30 years of previous fishing tournaments. And so you'll know who the ringers are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the same guy's name keeps coming up that's planning to fish in the next tournament,
You want to be his partner.
Yeah, you either want to be his partner or you may want to hold off one. You know, he may not fish next week. Just ask, hey, you going to be fishing next week? No, I won't be out. Oh, okay, that's too bad. That's the week you come. You see?
Definitely.
Yeah,
That
some
would
of
be
these
the
guys,
week for me. Yeah.
some of these guys are crazy good. I mean, just crazy good. They're fish magnets. It's like, wow. You made that work for everyone in the boat. You know what I mean? Just
Well, nowadays they have some technology. You know, you can put your, different things in the water, and it tells you where all the fish are. So
your Loomis, your little radars and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that
Got all your gear.
They'll pull out that little thing that looks like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday through Sunday thing that people use for their medication. You know that little tray?
Yeah.
And it's full of SD cards. And
Yes.
and every single one has
Has
a
a
different
map.
week or a month of the map of the day of
Yes.
what's going to happen under the water where you're sitting right now.
Exactly.
And I'm like, are you
People
kidding
pay a lot of
me?
money for that. My dad being one of those people.
Yeah,
pays
it's
a lot
nuts.
of money
It's
for
nuts.
those maps.
So just to recap, this Saturday, tomorrow, over at the Ryan Cutler, the Cutler Classic Fishing Tournament, and Fall Fest. Now, I think the Fall Fest is a neighborhood event, but I think the Cutler Fishing Classic's open. You can go check that out.
Cutter.
Cutter
Classic.
I want to put a Cutler in it. It's just Cutter.
Just Cutter.
He's a realtor. It's a great way. It's a great way to get in tune with the community and cultivate a good community. Great job, Cutter. Great job. Keep them fishing. So West Conroe Baptist Church has an event, and it's a Christmas event, but it's
They have some
December.
pretty exciting stuff.
It's December 6th and 7th from 6 to 9. Now, I brought this event up it's from West Conroe Baptist Church, December 6th and 7th, because it had ice skating on the list.
I know.
Ice skating. Yeah.
In Texas. Ice in Texas. Like those two things, you said
Yep. Petting zoo, ice skating, sled hill fun.
electric train rides and arcade
It's going to
games.
be a train ride.
So fun.
Okay,
photo booths,
when I see train
everything that you
ride, that
need.
means I get to get on it, and that's different. There's that one where that little guy rides the bicycle kind,
Yeah,
like
that's
over at St.
completely
Mary's, the annual bazaar, we ride the little plastic train, right? And they're like old 50-gallon drums that are kind of carved out and got a little seat in there, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and they got a lot of these. And then there's the P6 and the bicycle one where the guy's like on a bike and it's got like 4 cars back there, and then a caboose. And there was another one over that does rentals that I saw at Bernhardt, and but it seemed motorized. But this is an electric train ride, so I don't even know. I'm not sure what happens there. So let's summarize: ice skating rink, sled hill fun, petting zoo, electric train rides, arcade games, and inflatables. Delicious treats. That was on the top of the list. I just kind of didn't want to. Photo booth memories.
They have everything you need to have a great time.
Right? That's
Yeah.
crazy good. And I'm just wondering how they're going to do it. How does that happen? How do you do this? Where am I going to ice skate? All that.
At the church.
Yeah.
Ice skating at the church.
November
That's-
16th.
yeah.
Tonight. Friday night. Fight night. No, November 16th. That's tomorrow night. Yep. Right.
That's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay, good. Yeah. It's tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, LT Gray Promotions presents Fight Night. And this is the group that's been bringing us all of our Major League Boxing. There's title fights out there, several belts. And every time I say all the acronyms, that's NABF and WBO, there's belts being on the line. There are championship boxing going on in Conroe at the Lone Star Convention Center November 16th. That's an evening event, and I believe it starts 5-6 p.m. Same day.
Monster truck.
Right across the parking lot.
Monster trucks. Yeah.
And, I was thinking, oh, yeah, it's not going to be all that. But then I heard from a lot of drivers that, oh, yeah, those guys, it's dangerous. It's a little unregulated. They're loose cannons. It's a little crazy out there for that monster truck stuff. I don't think
It's a double whammy.
I don't think they put
Monster
enough practice
truck
in.
and fight night, both in one
Yeah,
day.
and that's during the day at the Lone Star Expo Center, which is an arena, which is right next door on the other side. So you get the air conditioning for the fight in the evening and go catch that during the day. Go to Ice House Conroe in the middle somewhere, right down the corner right there. But I just love the whole, those guys are a bit radical. Whenever I hear all the red flags go up, I mean, so you think somebody might get hurt? Well, I think definitely somebody might be getting hurt at that event, at the monster truck rally. I said, seriously? When you mean like dangerous? And he said, super dangerous, unregulated, uncontrolled.
I mean, would you do it?
No, but I like the idea that it's reckless and dangerous, and so it might seem like they're not really acting. There might be some crazy things happen.
I think, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
when I think of a truck war, I don't think PG, honestly.
Well, I mean, there's lots of levels to this sort of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and different organizations that put them together. And I'm told, get ready for a show because these guys gonna get crazy. You know, they get wild. You know, I'm like, oh, like a Mexican rodeo wild, and he goes, maybe not that much.
But this is
A little bit less than
Texas Wild.
Texas wild,
Texas wild.
yeah, a little right under there, right under Mexican rodeo wild, but not as wild. But you know, when I think about Fight Night over at the Lone Star Convention Center, November 16th for the El Tigre Promotions Fight Night, tickets are still on sale. Great seats still available. You can just go in there and get those right now, or you can be a walk-in. They still have tickets at the door. But when I think about title fights being fought out there, the only reason I'm coming, you know why I'm coming?
Why are you going?
I want to see somebody get knocked out. You know, I want to see somebody get knocked out. And the whole time, I guarantee you, 80% of the audience wants to see someone get knocked out.
I mean, it's such a thrill, and I feel like that's why you watch. That's why you watch it in the first place, right? To see
Yeah,
the craziest of the crazy happen.
Does it really happen in slow motion? You know, in reality, you know,
It does. I feel like it does.
right after you get locked up in the jaw, you know, like a stack of cinder blocks across the jaw, and then all of a sudden it's like tick, 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 everything goes black, little flashes of lights. You leave the ground and don't even know it. You know, your body's up off the canvas. You know, yeah, that moment. And all the flashes happen because it does the whole Vegas scene out there. They got the big lights, the big screens, and it's a beautiful ring. It's a great setup. They bring that Vegas appeal, that fire. It is a twice a year, I believe, Conroe event that we see usually twice a year. But last year I think we saw it once, and it was in another town or something nearby. But we only saw one last year, and we saw two. This will be our second one this year, I believe. So anyway, Fight Night, November 16th in the evening at the Lone Star Convention Center. You can get during the day. Kids tickets start at $10. So you can catch that over at Monster Truck Wars at the Lone Star Expo Center and Arena. Thanksgiving at Conroe with an X. Conroe with an X is at the Hyatt Regency Grand Central Park Conroe. You can go see that down there. That their buffet. You know what I love about hotel buffets?
Do I want to know a little bit about hotel buffets?
No, do you want I love about hotel buffets?
Okay, tell me about it.
The culinary hierarchy. You get an executive chef, a sous chef, a pantry chef, a line chef. You get the whole
yeah.
the collegiate hierarchy, the real deal, the pastry chef. That you know, Chili's doesn't have one of these. It's not that they don't have an executive chef, but he works for like the whole region, you know, and then at there you got your line cooks, your prep cooks, your service cooks, and these are line cooks, and it's a little different. They don't free make a menu item.
Right.
If I go to a hotel, typically what you'll get, or convention center, you'll get chefs that make the
everything.
meal.
Yeah.
You know, that are independent. This plate is unique to you. It was unique to this menu for this evening. It's done by hand and it's different, right?
Yeah.
They get this different, and you can see that flair, that artistic freedom expressed in the plate and the food and what you get. So when I think of Hyatt Regency and this kind of buffet, I just know that there's an artist in the back with the ability to make this performance anything he would think of. It's his open canvas.
Yeah.
He has that freedom to perform this task in any way he sees fit, right? So he can put together whatever entrees, whatever style, without corporate regulation or the demand for this, that, or the other. I'm sure he has some guidelines, you know, based on budget and things of that nature, but, you know, he still gets a lot of artistic freedoms that most restaurants don't have.
Yeah.
So I would expect to see some of that flair, some of that action over there at the Hyatt Regency Conroe. I think the adults are at $59, 8 to 12 are 15, and kids 5 and under are free. And you can go to the Thanksgiving over at Conroe, and with pride. And it's going up from 11 to 3. I don't think there's anything to be embarrassed about when you're sitting at Thanksgiving at Conroe, when your family comes out of town and you're like, I just wanted to put our best on the table. You know, and that is our best. I think top of the list for sure. And Walden also, you know, the traditional yacht club, I think we're celebrating like 40, 50 years. I think they were talking about sitting up in the Walden balcony with one of the best views of Lake Conroe at the Walden Lakeview Dining. It is a huge glass enclosed area, and you can see all the way out to the whole lake. I can see the 1097 bridge from brunch. And so they do win on atmosphere. I mean, they got it. They got it. Hands down, they got it. Also, one of the best corporate booking and venue rates that we've seen as far as booking larger parties. Most of the restaurants and places that are lake view will start out around $55, $60 per person at minimum before they'll even talk to you about renting their restaurant or their private room, because they have limited space to give. You know, so they'll take that bidder, and they get it. Walden Yacht Club, you know, I see something closer between $25 and $30 a person to get starting bids for renting and for bookings and things like that. Don't hold me to the dollar. But I see a dramatic difference. Go out and check those guys out there for receptions, events, and venues, anything like that. But they'll have the Thanksgiving Day event. That's from 10 to 2. It's a brunch. November 28th. You can catch that down there, the Walden's Thanksgiving brunch. Again, a great place to bring family. You can even build a tradition by going there. If this is your place, I mean, if I live in Grand Central Park, Conroe, it'd be a good habit to, you know, to build that.
It sounds beautiful. It makes me want to
go. And unlimited mimosas, you know, you can just go mimosa happy. And that's usually where I go. I don't make as many trips to the buffet as I do to the mimosa.
To the mimosa bar.
Yeah, lots of that. And we had the School of Rock on recently.
We did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're going to be over here at the house band, the School of Rock house band. They're going to be doing that performance they were talking to us about here on this show. And you can check them out at schoolofrock.com. They're going to be at the Corner Pub November 16th. You can catch them down
tomorrow.
There.
Lots of events going on tomorrow.
Yeah. And they're time there. I think we're earlier in the day.
2 to 6 p.m.
2 to 6?
At house band at Corner Pub Conroe.
Yeah.
And that is free. 2 to 6. That's
it is
tomorrow.
Free. Yeah. Check out the website schoolofrock.com/events, and you can kind of check that out. The Methodist Women of Christ (CTK) are doing their second annual family festival, and I saw a lot of things at the King Methodist Church in Huntsville, Texas, and Alma Mater for us Bearcats, November 16th from 9 to 2. Food, crafts, lots of family fun activities. Saturday, November 16th. Go out and check that out. And you know, it's really funny. I'm Catholic, but you know, when I was on campus, I was on a bike or, you know, walking it. You know, and everybody was. You know, and there was only one church that was in that walking range you could go to, and I am pretty sure it was the King Methodist Church. That's the church. I saw it. I was like, well. Yeah, I remember that church. Yeah. So anyway, for those that didn't remember, in that same situation, I know that it was like limited options. But anyway, so second annual family festival over at the King Methodist Church in Huntsville, Texas, and that is going to be November 16th, Saturday, again 9 to 2. You know, the Zach Jones Band. You mentioned that they're going to be at.
Southern Star Brewery.
Let's get those guys out of there. You can go check those guys out. So Red Brick Tavern on the 23rd has Sheila Marshall. Love me some Sheila Marshall. I mean, who doesn't? I don't know. I think me and Sheila Marshall would get along.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She could serenade you?
I think she's serenading most of South Texas right now on the Gulf Coast. But yeah, you know, absolutely. It's really hard because, I mean, right down around the corner over at Table at Medley on that same evening, the 23rd, Reverend Ray McDonald's going to be playing. And man, he'll bring the house down. You know, Reverend Ray McDonald get it. And he's right around the corner. So I love me from Reverend Ray too. You know, I mean, it's. I'm really torn there, but I'm hoping I can split time. maybe go see one on the side. You know,
Maybe.
yeah. Garrison Nunn's going to be over at the table at Medley on November 29th, and he's been on the show as well. Garrison Nunn out of Nashville, great musician. He was at the biggest Texas festival. He won the Do-Si-Do music competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's really good. Really enjoy it. Super young guy too. He's got a lot of career. And man, he's on fire. He's kicking and going forward, and I just love the spirit. And I think you put enough spirit in it, you can go anywhere. I mean, just keep on fighting. There's talk about the largest aquarium event in the world, but I think it is the one. It says, and I can't believe everything I read on the internet, but I'm just going to tell you what I read. Okay, so don't put this on me. So the largest aquarium event ever to come to Houston is back, right? The claims of largest in the world are still just speculative, but thousands of fish, corals, shrimp, and other invertebrates. Corals, is that corals? Corals, not corrals. Shrimp and other invertebrates, aquariums, supplies, and more. Tons of vendors from all over the United States, educational presentations, and workshops.
And this is another two-for-one event because the Reptilian Nation Expo is right next door, and combo tickets will be available. So, their last event last year had attendance of over 8,500 people. So this is going to be a big one.
That, yeah, and that's at Energy, and that'll be December 7th and 8th, 2024. So just go check that out online. You can go see the. You can't miss it. It's all over social media right now. Yeah. You can check that thing out. So the Cards Collectibles Show, Hyatt Regency Grand Central Park Conroe, again there, November 16th. These guys got a good show. It's Saturday and Sunday. We will be in attendance for that thing. I am definitely coming over there. Shane Condon, we will come out there. And Shane's been here on the show, Shane Condon from the Sports Cards and Collectibles Show. We were Larry Durker was out there 1 week, and we got a chance to interview Larry Durker from the Astros training camp. And so I'm looking forward to who we might run into. It's a who's who at some of these things. And, it's always fun to see who they bring and if there are celebrities involved. But my son's got a whole lot of Pokemon he's trying to get rid of. If you know anybody looking, we got some classic cards he's telling me that, he's had since before he was deployed. So doesn't need those anymore, he said. So we're going to see about maybe the HTXS SA Tackle Shack Swim Bait Tournament. Boy, I can barely say it.
It's a tongue twister.
December 7th, 2024. It starts at 12. Actually, it starts at sun up there. Check them out on Facebook. You can just do the HTX SA and Tackle Shack Swim Bait Tournament, or just a Swim Bait Tournament Conroe. I think you'll find it. If not, we'll put the links down below. I'll put that in some of the comments down there. And by the way, if you haven't yet, this show's made possible by donations and sponsors, and it's a nonprofit show. Serves the city of Conroe and the people in it. If you get an opportunity, go down and check out some of our merch, check out some of our stuff, buy us a cup of coffee, make a donation, pledge to the program, get involved with Lone Star Community Radio. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, just ask, reach out, just put down there, hey, call me up. I want to talk about that. Get on your show. We'll probably come bring you out here, and then we'll give you like all the swag we're not supposed to give anybody. Not really. We're not giving away anything. It's nothing like that. But yeah, lots of that. So the Montgomery Snow Party, and that's another one of those mysterious,
Yeah, how are they going to do it? How are they going to get a sledding hill, and how are they going to get all this snow?
Just don't mix face
in
painting
Conroe.
and a snow machine, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, bad medicine, especially when it's 90 degrees outside. I mean, it's all good. You can do one, the other, and just no. Yeah, just you get the picture. But so the Montgomery Snow Party, little event goer awareness. Don't let the kids go get face paint and then go to the snow thing.
Hopefully they don't have face painting at that event.
Even the fake snow. Yeah, even the fake snow will get you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's free. It's a free event. It's in historic Montgomery, Texas, December 21st, 12 to 4. You can check out that at 777 Culpeper, Montgomery, Texas. That sounds fantastic. Well, wow. So I want to bring up a plug for a friend and a place called Lone Star Living. And Lone Star Living, you can check them out. I've been inviting a bunch of folks to come like this. It's a 55 plus up living community in the southwest side of Houston. It's the place has, I want to call it a senior living community, but it's not. It's not a retirement community. It's just an older folks living community for seniors. And they do have a few requirements there, but it's a real diverse community. It's meant to care for your loved one. They serve 3 meals a day, all day long. They have tablecloths and service and waiters. And I was like, what's going on here? Oh, we always serve food for everybody, 3 meals a day. It's included? They're like, yeah, it's included in the lodging here.
Yeah.
They have transportation. They have entertainment directors and things like that take them about. They just got back from Kima. They went on a boardwalk trip, and it was like, what? They just sign up and they get in the bus and they just go, and they got food, they got drinks. You'd never know this place was even back there. It's on West Bra on the way towards Sugarland off 59. Really neat little place. We'll send out some invites for that. Lone Star Living Community, Southwest Houston. Yeah. I'm loving the place. I went and looked at it the other day. It was really cool.
You gonna move in?
They gave me a place, and I ended up having to partner with one of the ladies that lived there because I didn't meet the age requirements. But so I have a roommate.
Okay.
Gladys. She's 89. Real sweetheart, and loves fishing as well. And loves to cook. But we have one of those galley kitchens. The little one. And
Yeah.
I was like, why is there a galley kitchen? How are you going to make anything, Gladys? And she said, well, they serve 3 meals a day downstairs, and I'm like, oh, all right, well, that's fine. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. So, so far so good, so far so good, but, real hard to bring friends over and stuff like that, Can't even get them in the guard gate after hours.
Yeah. I can see that.
Armed guards and stuff. It's all hush hush. But the real hit is going to be the Barbarian Invasion coming up here at the Renaissance Festival over in Todd, Mission, Texas.
Yes.
Just that way, south of Plantersville. Yeah.
And
Barbarian Invasion.
And they're actually here until December 1st. So there's weekend, we got themed weekends. We got Barbarian Invasion, and we have the Highland Fling the weekend after, and then the Celtic Christmas to wrap that up. So
with an extra inning there on Celtic Christmas, there's an extra day. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Yep.
So in case you didn't get it in, but been to Highland Fling, I've been to Barbarian Invasion, and I've been to Celtic Christmas, and I'll tell you. Barbarian Invasion. Yeah. I'm just hoping it's like total freezing, and then you get to come out in like your loincloth and your little bear or wolf wrap over, and that's it, and then a sword, my friend has been shaving his 6-pack into his stomach hair.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's when he does his Barbarian Invasion, he's got this 6-pack that he shaved in there, and from a distance it looks like he's got a 6-pack. Yeah, totally does. I'm like, wow, dude, you been working out? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, wow. Did you do that yourself? Nope, my girl did it. I'm like, all right, well, she did a great job. I mean, really, from at 10 feet, it does not look like your stomach hair. Look like you actually have abs going on there. Yeah, it was the funniest thing. I don't know. I see
dedicated.
I see some humor in there, and then I see some real seriousness in the costumes and the way they put them together. But all acquired a lot of thought. Even in carving a 6-pack in your stomach hair.
Pretty ingenious. I mean,
it took some thought.
Yeah.
It's clever. It's unique. It's all alone there, and it's like I did not see that coming.
Gotta keep them guessing.
That is a good one.
Never let them know your next move.
And Barbarian Invasion's always like that raw, that you get all the stuff you go back. I don't know. I think most of the Renaissance Festival is 16th century, 17th century. Barbarian Invasion seems like we go back to 13th or 14th century kind of thing. So this is as far back as it goes. You know what I mean? But I think as far as a costume goes, it's much more primitive, much more in design, and most of all the costume designs. It's definitely unique, right? And
Yes.
It gets more risque. I'll put that out there because there's just less to the costumes, But man, is it fun. Barbarian Invasion's a good time. And it's cool enough where you're not freaking hot the whole time. You know, you're like, oh, I just want to go home. You know, I'm good. I am, a nice level 65, 75.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and typically that's where we're at with Barbarian Invasion. So I'm saying that is the play of the weekend. And a must visit. You can go in and out. It's open all day. It's open all night now with some of the stuff going on in the campgrounds and whatnot, all that stuff. If you're into that. But and that's our show for today. And but I want to thank a few people first before we wrap up here. I really do. I want to thank Lone Star Community Radio.
Absolutely.
Just doing a fabulous job, keeping constant, wonderful programming available to all those folks here in Montgomery. And again, you can just links down below says if you would like to donate. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. True Texas Texas Truck Works. Out of Magnolia. Great guys, good friends. Just getting back from the SEMA show out in Vegas and doing great things down there. And we look forward to catching up with them here in Magnolia when they get back in town. Hunger Crush Cafe out at Waterpoint Center here on Lake Conroe. All new menu there. They're doing new stuff. Got all new things, new food, new items, new times, new all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
And I still think Carl's AC and Heating is gonna do us right and give away an AC unit this year. But I don't know that. I need to talk to those guys because I'm telling everybody.
You gotta have them on the show.
Yeah. When's Carl coming in? We need to get Carl in here. We had Carl Jr. in.
Oh. Let's get Carl Sr. and Jr. in.
Folks, we look forward to next week's show. I think we've got a few folks already. We're going to have a good show next week. I've been a lot of inquiries are coming in. We'll see what we can do about talking to Sheila Marshall and do a visit. But folks, we'll see you next week here on the Texas Ticket Show on Lone Star Community Radio. Thanks for watching.
So won't you kick your feet up if you have a minute?